So my wife has been texting with Lisa Lanier, who also is apparently, she's a big true crime fan. And okay, if that's your thing, I'll never understand that. And so my wife, as soon as I get home, says, I'm going to go to CrimeCon. And
predictable as the sun coming up in the east.
Of course. She says, it's so good, I'm going to go. And I said, all right, that sounds great. When is it? Because I assumed it was once a year, next year.
Same.
They do it multiple times. Okay, so.
Is it in different cities?
The next one's coming up in May in Nashville.
Oh.
All right, so she says, I'm beside myself. She's so giddy about it. And of course, I'm like, okay. Now, of course, what I see here is dollar signs.
Not happy wife.
I'm happy she's happy. I really am. I think that, hey, if that's your thing, go ahead. But she says, I'm going to go to Nashville in May for this event. And I said, okay, what's the cost? And she tells me the cost of the ticket and, of course, staying in a hotel. And I said, all right, great, go ahead. And then she says, Lisa says simply, must upgrade to the gold package. And I said, okay.
Did you ask what that meant?
That's a price increase, and she told me.
More perks?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bigger tote bag.
Yeah.
Look, from what I've seen, I think Lisa upgraded the gold package. She met a lot of crime reporters, seemed to go to a lot more seminars. I think, if you're just a basic CrimeCon attendee, you get maybe a tote bag and a seat at the back.
Okay. So
you can be in the gallery.
Okay.
She says, going to have to go gold package. Well, then she starts texting her group of friends who also enjoy it. Within an hour, her sister's on board, a friend of hers is on board, the friend's sister's on board, her cousin's coming. Now we got 5 ready to go in May to Nashville. And that's great. Okay, that's fine. I say that's great. And then what I think pushed me over the edge was she says, we've all decided now we're going to go with the platinum package. Okay.
I mean, one of them gets murdered.
Okay. They're going with the platinum.
We can bludgeon one of your guests if you'd like.
No, not for real, but
yeah. So she's all right. It's platinum package, more expensive, obviously. But one of the ladies has a sister who lives in Nashville, and she thinks maybe she can stay at their house. I said, okay, all right. So again, it's
5 true crime fans sleeping on the
5
floor.
True crime fans, yes. And it's like, all right, that sounds good. This and that. And then she says, and this is really where this is where the argument started. She said, but if the Murdaugh retrial is going on at that time, I'll have to be there. So I just hope it's not. And I said, you're not really going back to that retrial, are you? And she goes, oh, yeah, I'm going back to that retrial. And I said, come on. I said, this is when I said, listen to yourself. You're talking about a man who's already been convicted of brutally murdering his family members. Why do you want to go to that? I said, why are you spending all this money to go to this stuff?
And I'm going to add this in, too.
Yes.
To be on your side with this.
Yes.
He's also been convicted of several other crimes. He's never getting out of jail.
No, that's what I said. Why are you... And then she said, that costs us nothing to go down there. Very little. It's just a hotel room in a little town in South Carolina. And I have to relent. And then I start, then I dredge up other stuff. Like, oh, you wanted to buy that computer. You snuck in that computer on me. This is the computer. If you missed that story last week, this is my fault. This is my fault. My son needed a new computer because his was crapping out and he's at school. And he told me, he goes, isn't it great I'm getting mom's computer? And I was like, what do you mean you're getting mom's computer? He said, yes, she's buying a brand new Mac for herself and giving me her old one. And I thought, okay. She's sneaking in a new Mac for herself when we could have bought a cheaper computer for him. So I brought that up, which is a classic, a husband. A husband should never do that kind of stuff. So then she comes back with, aren't you going to sleepaway camp in 2 weeks, for a Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
convention, and I have to say, yeah, I'm going to that. And she doesn't understand my fascination with that movie, and I understand. She goes, didn't you go to the Red Sox game a few years ago when they were in the playoffs? And I said, yeah, but come on, that's baseball. This is murder, and I just think there's a difference. Mm-hmm. But she said, well, your passion versus my passion. And look, finally, I said, you're right. I can't argue it. And for years, she's not done this kind of thing. But, we got into this major, I said, we got the kids in college now. One's in, one's going. I said, we should be tightening the belt, not going to Crime Con, and certainly not the Murdoch trial. Now, that one, I was like, you've done that.
And I think your wife is seeing, like, the strings being loosening.
Exactly.
The kids are raised. They're nearly out of the house.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I've been waiting for years.
It's time for her her rebirth.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's now the bills are even bigger because we got college education here, and I'm trying to really, really save now at during this time where we're going to spend more than we have spent in a while. And we had a very, very heated conversation about her choice, especially to go to this Murdoch trial, because it's a retrial and he's never getting out of jail. I made all those points, So
and let me say this.
You tried to crush her with logic, but that didn't work.
Yeah.
No.
Did not. And let me say this. Arguments like this are the start of every great crime.
Biggie's right.
So
Biggie's right. He never supported me.
One of you will black out, bludgeon the other.
That's right.
Wake up.
That's right.
Realize what you've done. Have to roll up the body in a carpet.
Yeah.
Exactly. Suddenly you're calling me at 3 a.m. I was with you last night. Huh?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. And finally.
Your wife didn't make these travel reservations on her brand new iPhone Titanium 15.
Well, if she did, I wouldn't even know that.
That's something she could sneak by.
She sneak it right by. I was wrong. I was really wrong because I'm feeling a little down this week, and the reasons are there's a few reasons. I lost a heartbreaker of a fantasy football game. Just killed me. Also, and this is just strip away everything here. Coming back from vacation, I always find the second day back, which was yesterday, to be the toughest. Because the first day back, you're all like, okay, back at it. It's like the first day of school. It's like, oh, back at it. Mm-hmm. And then the second day back, it's like, oh, man, I'm tired again. And I just was feeling it yesterday. Mm-hmm. And she hit me with all this stuff as soon as I came home. And I let my emotions get the best of me. And so then, as it ended, I finally was just like, I don't care. Just do what you want. And which, of course, makes her feel terrible. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, how can I now, as you say that? Mm-hmm. And so I almost went to bed angry, which you're never supposed to do, but I came back and said, let's not end it like that. I apologize. You're making good points. You're right. I've just got all this stuff, happening. So that's, the fantasy football game. Plus, I've got an event tomorrow, that I'm doing to support colleagues. Listen.
It's laden with dread.
The problem is, let me just be completely honest about it. We, as morning show hosts, are in competition every year for an award. We've won it before, which is great. We did not win it this year. We lost to some colleagues who we know, and we're going there to support them tomorrow. But, of course, with every accolade they get, we realize we've lost. We've lost. And it's like, I don't like losing. And it's like the Academy Awards when you don't win and you've got to smile for everybody else.
But at least at the Oscars, you don't know who's going to win when you sit down.
True.
Exactly.
When you take your seat in the theater.
Exactly. So there's a friendly competition between us and this other show, and we lost this year. And I don't love, but they've always supported us, and we're going to go and support them, which of course we should. But I don't love celebrating the fact that I've lost. So this week, I'm just in a bad place. Mm-hmm. And when she hit me with the platinum package and the Murdoch trial and all that, I exploded. And I should not have done it. And I wasn't even going to.
You didn't throw the candle away, did you?
No.
You just smash it against the wall of the garage or something?
No. The candle is still available. That's what we were talking about yesterday. I was gifted a candle as a morning show host. So here it is. Morning show host day, and I'm just like, well,
we're the worst human beings on the planet, and we have a day.
Yeah. Right.
So if you don't know a morning show host, find the worst human being you know and wish him a happy day.
And, you know, and then
The most self-centered,
right. That's
envious,
That's right.
insecure, usually addicted,
self-centered, addicted personality.
Yeah.
You know somebody who's really somebody you can't stand to be around. Wish them a happy.
Someone you want to spend 6.5 minutes with.
Exactly. That's what you need, and that's morning show host. And then I read that article about it's morning show host day, and it said here's America's favorite morning show host. Well, they're all TV people, and it's like, oh, that's what it's for.
That's what they think. Yeah,
It's
of course.
Michael Strahan and Jane Pauley is on there, and that kind of
sing Jane.
You hate
Jane
still?
Pauley.
I know. Even Amy Robach, who used to be on Good Morning America and isn't anymore, it has been noted as one of the best. The best morning show host. Kendra is on the line. She has an idea. Kendra, go ahead.
Hey, Kelly, I was just listening to you lamenting about your wife and her true crime endeavors. Yeah. And I remember one time when she called in during the Murdoch trial, and she was saying, I think I've missed my calling. Yeah. And I was thinking the other day, and I'm like, hold on a second, sister. First of all, law school is only 3 years, okay? And now, in this day and age, the majority of law school can be done online. They have hybrid programs.
Yes.
Becoming an attorney is a 3-year program, which means, and you already have a master's degree. So I would like to pitch that you could actually be done with law school in 3 years and be done before your son even graduates from college. So look here, sister, Ashley, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Girl, you need to do it because you would be amazing at it, and you won't be worried about getting a seat at the Murdoch trial. Honey, you'll be in the front doing the trial.
That's right. I love that. I love that.
What a speech.
She's right. She's right. That's what she should do is become an attorney and get some.
So all you see is dollar signs.
Right. That's right.
And blood spatter.
Yes. Thank you, Ken. What a great idea. She's also talked about just doing like podcasts, true crime. I support all of that. I do. I support her. I love her. I love her. I really do. You know.
Anything to keep her busy.
Thank you, Ken. We've been married 21 years.
I'm going to be very busy the next 3 years.
It's my.
Insert Grinch smile. I've decided to go to law school. The next 3 years are going to be extremely busy. I will never be available. All right.
If it makes you happy.
It's my failing. It's my
I'll
failing.
be taking some night classes. Oh. Really?
So, you know, I would absolutely support that. I think that would be wonderful.
An attorney in the family.
Wouldn't that be amazing if she became an
attorney? She
attorney?
passes the bar before your son gets his cap and gown?
Before he gets his braces off, is my guess. He's still got those bad boys.
I forgot. That's right.
Yeah. And my daughter, it's happened. My daughter got her Invisaligns years after he did, and she's now had them removed. She was a star student and had them removed. He went from Invisaligns to braces, which cost us more money, and he's still wearing them even at college. And I've said to him, I'm like, doesn't it embarrass you to have braces at college? He's like, nah.
Baddies dig it.
Yep. He doesn't care one thing about that. Exactly. So, now, on National Morning Show Host Day, too, I have to make a correction. This is the mood I'm in. You hear what I did to my wife. I was really wrong in that. I really was. And I apologize to her, but I'm afraid she's still angry at me. I know she is. I know she is.
We kind of didn't even mention it started with why you can't get the candle. I know.
You know
Chris
why.
Demm doesn't know.
No, you know why, because you got here before I did. I'm driving one of the vehicles that she had us purchase. You haven't seen it. The Toyota,
another one?
the Land Cruiser
Yeah.
is.
It's more comfortable to sleep in.
Yeah.
If that seat goes all the way back?
Yeah.
Tell
me I won't. Tell me I won't. I will see myself out.